All right, hold on a minute. Hold on. We're going to take the 89s here. You see the cross trade 16-6. We are short 2 at 89, and of course we'll have our target at 88 and a quarter for 88. 87 and 7. Can't even talk. 87.75 for our first point and a quarter, and we'll set our stop at break even after that, and target 5 points below the 89s. All right, please. Hold on. There's our fill at 87.75. So we'll put our break even stop in at 89, and we'll still target 5 points below in the 1384s. And we're gonna pause the video, so we'll come back to you. All right, we got stopped out once again there at 89. We were only able to get our point and a quarter, and we're gonna pause the video here and see if we can find another opportunity. Well, after we broke even when they got us out at the 89s, the market went all the way down almost to fill our original target at 84. I don't think it clicked on 84. I think 84.25 bid was the lowest price, and now we're right back up here at the 89s, the I period high. So we'll take a look and see what the action is up here. We are going to take the 90s up here. Let's see, we are going to get, I'm going to wait to see here. The 90, remember, the 92 to the 94s are the area where there was significant initiative selling that brought us down to the C period low. That occurred in the B period. Excuse me. So we should see some cross trade up here anywhere between 90s to the 95s. I'd like not to be too early here. If I did take a position in the 90, we'd have to be willing to scale up at the 94s if in fact J period broke up higher. So we're going to do that. We're going to take the 90 and a quarters and be willing to scale in. Our target for the first contract is an 89 fill, and then we'll put our break-even stop at 90 and a quarter, and we'll see if it can get above the J period high up toward the 92s to 94s, 95s, and we'll look for another position. Alright, we got filled at the 89s and our stop is 90, so there we're out on the stop. We're going to pause the video and look for another entry. Well, we couldn't get up very high. It went up to 91. We saw the 1200 cross trade there, 1200 to 757, and that's as high as we could get. I was hoping we'd bounce up to at least the 93s. Man, oh man. Now the challenge is, to be patient enough to let it get up to the 93s. The 91.50 was right at the low of right underneath that consolidation of initiative selling there. We're going to take the 90.50s. We're going to short 2 at 90.50 and be willing to short 2 more up at the 93, 94 area. Alright, we're looking for an 89.25 fill on our first contract. We have to click 89 to guarantee that fill. We're going to just pause this and stand by here. And our second contract will look to offset down near the 85 areas. Boy, they barely are able to get some buying power to push this thing into this high volume cluster, but we are now in the 93s, and the range of the volume cluster was 92 to 94.50. So this is the area that we want to better our position if we have an opportunity. We see the high point of, we see the high volume bars centered, boxed by this black border. That's the cumulative high volume bar in this column. So we see some cross trade occurring up here, 18 to 14, 14 to 8. We're going to take the 93s. Let's see if we can get 93 fill. We took the 92.75s. Short, 2 more at 92.75. So now we're short 2 from 90.50, short 2 from 92.75. Would have liked to got the 2 a little higher, but just doesn't look like we're going to get there. It looks like the cross trade is going to cap this move up here. So we'll give back the 90.50s at a break even, and we'll give back one of the 92.75s at 90.50, and then set our break even stop and our second target. So we are going to buy 3 at 90.50, give back our first 2 and one of our second set of contracts, and then buy the final contract back at 87.75 for 5 points. We still haven't been successful in getting our 5-point targets, but we're going to try it. Well, we're patiently waiting here to get to the 90.50s, is where we'll offset our first 3 contracts. We popped up to the 95s, which was the high part of the volume cluster, and we're still building negative deltas here cumulatively for the day, even though we're in the K period, in the selling tail of the B period. And it looks like the market is about to make an intermediate day high in the K period on negative delta. We're very close any second now, and our 30-minute bars that we follow will show negative delta for that period, and that should be the sword that keeps the market from going any higher. All right, the L period just opened up, and you can sense that people are jumping on the ice in the pond, trying to pound this thing down below the 92s. If we can get below the 90s on the K period low, then we should head back down toward the consolidation. I'm assuming point of control is 84.50. Our target on this trade is higher than that. It's 87.75. But first we need to take care of business and liquidate 3 contracts, 90.5. That'll give our early contracts back and give us a couple points on the first contract of the second series, and target 87.75. We're very close to putting the intraday high at 13.95. That's not the intraday high, but it's the most recent high with negative delta. The bar closed with just a little bit of positive delta, but not much. And this bar, if it doesn't make a new high, looks like it's going to continue in that trend and accumulate negative delta. We're waiting patiently for them to hit the bid. We're just died up here, or not died, but we're just bouncing around in the 94 to 95 area, 93 to 95 areas. And now it looks like this half-an-hour bar has made a little bit higher high than the K period with negative delta, and that could be the nail in the coffin that brings us back toward our targets in the 87s. So we're going to wait for our fill at 90.50, and then we'll continue to wait till 87.75. We should get our fill at 90.50 here any second. There's a 90.50 fill now. We're looking for an 87.75 fill on our second contract. Okay, we got stopped out at 92.75 for break even on the fourth contract, so we made a couple points on one of the contracts and broke even on the other 2. I still think we're headed down to the 87s. I'm going to wrap this production, and I probably won't take another trade today, but I will follow to see if we get down to the 87s. I wouldn't be surprised that as soon as we got stopped out at 93.25 that was the high tick before the break to 97. Matter of fact, I'll keep the video running and confirm that, but that's what it looks like here. Well, since the market's closed, we'll wrap this. There was a lot of two-sided trade up here in the 97s. We never got to our 87 target. We did get down to 90, but not 87. And then once we got down to 90 in the L period low, the L period rallied to the N period, rallied to the N period up here, and a lot of two-sided trade had occurred from 93s to the 97s. But we had a negative delta on the day, so I would assume we consolidate. The next main selling point's the 1407 area, so that's where we'll target tomorrow.